Although the R9 280X is pretty much just a rebrand of the 7970GHz edition, it doesn't mean that you should put it aside. The ASUS R9 280X graphic cards that we're looking at today is definitely a beast when it comes to price for performance. The top or OC edition of the DirectCU 2 cooler from ASUS is nothing new, but it sure does never get old. With its black and red color scheme, the ASUS R9 280X is definitely a card that would fit in right at home in most builds. The top cooler is also designed to make sure that the card stays virtually silent when gaming, and yes, we couldn't hear this card over the CPU cooler in our system even when running Heaven on loop. The ASUS R9 280X does use an extra wide PCB-in cooler, so you'll want to make sure that it fits inside the case you plan on using. It does use a dual fan setup with ASUS's special CoolTech fan, and the huge heatsink ensures that your card stays cool and quiet even during the longest gaming sessions. As far as specifications go, the ASUS R9 280X utilizes the Tahiti Silicon with 2048 stream processors, 128 texture memory units, 32 ROPs, and a 384-bit memory bus with 3GB of VRAM. Because the ASUS R9 280X is a top edition card, it comes factory overclocked right out of the box. Unlike the reference 280X, the ASUS card comes in clocked at 1070MHz on the GPU. Not to mention, the added cooling is sure to help when it comes to further overclocking the card. To power the graphics card, you're going to need a single 8-pin PCIe and a 6-pin PCIe cable. As far as display connectivity goes, you'll find the standard DisplayPort, HDMI port, and dual DVI connections. When it comes to the benchmarks, the ASUS R9 280X sat right about where we suspected. It beats the reference design and even trades blows with the GTX 770. In conclusion, considering the price point that this graphic card hits, the ASUS R9 280X is a no-brainer choice for someone looking to get a new graphics card. Although the GTX 770 does beat it in some benchmarks, it really does depend on what you plan on doing with your gaming computer. If you like to record gameplay and the feature of G-Sync appeals to you, then perhaps the GTX 770 might be a better choice. In addition, the silent operation of the card makes it viable for silent computing applications. Not everyone wants a roaring beast under their desk, and this card is definitely one of the quietest cards that we have ever had in our lab. What are your thoughts on the ASUS R9 280X? Let us know in the comments below.